I want to spend part of my time talking about an amazing discovery that I made today, which is the beauty of emptiness. And I've been listening to tapes and reading books by this feller named Eckhart Tolle, and he says the same thing in every book, that the only way to be truly alive, the only way to be truly happy and to be truly in the present moment is to be completely still. No speaking, no thinking, no moving, utterly and completely still, so that you're basically in a cocoon of complete emptiness. And you know, I found his descriptions fascinating, but they made no sense to me. The harder I tried to understand them, it was like banging my head against a brick wall. I never got it. And the reason I never got it is that I never achieved stillness. I was too busy thinking and talking and trying. And today, another feller named Lee Glickstein convinced me to become perfectly still. And I've never been perfectly still. In fact, my childhood, you know, I was a poster child for ADHD, you know, before the diagnosis existed and before they had medications and tests and so forth. I was always running around. And the story goes that when I was a little kid and my mom would take me out to the park, that she would actually put a leash on me with a harness, you know, like I was a dog, because if she didn't, I would run away. And I can still remember my parents taking me to these like amusement parks and colonial villages and, you know, places like Williamsburg, things like that. And I would follow my own nose. I'd become curious about something. I'd completely disappear. They'd be running and screaming after me, Harvey, Harvey, you know, in the New Jersey accent. And finally they'd find me, they'd scream at me, you know, for being irresponsible and ditching the family and so on. But that really has been my life, you know, a constant blur of motion. And always trying too hard, you know, wanting to succeed at this, that, and the other, but always feeling that it required great effort on my part. So anyway, today I actually was still. I was quiet. I had moments where I did absolutely nothing but look into the face of another human being. And lo and behold, what I discovered in this stillness was this incredible sense of ease and happiness and calm. I mean, it was every bit the wonder drug that Eckhart Tolle, you know, has been telling me about. And I, honest to God, never thought that I would experience this in my lifetime, because I certainly never got it, you know, I mean, I love Buddhist meditation, don't get me wrong, I do it every day, I benefit from it, but for some reason, looking into another person's face and just focusing on their eyes, and them focusing on my eyes, and saying absolutely nothing, has brought me to this place of stillness where I always wanted to be. And I have to say that it's magical. I mean, I wish I could bottle it and give it to people, because it's just made me feel so good. I mean, I basically, when I leave here today, you know, I just want to run outside and start shaking people on the street and tell them, you know, what they've been missing. And that's the one thing I would say to Eckhart Tolle is You've given me the goal. You've basically told me where I need to go, but you didn't tell me how to get there. And today, you know, by some miracle, or rather thanks to Lee, you know, the relational presence technique, I felt like I got there. And I could, you know, I just, can't believe how simple it is. Just sit down next to someone, across from someone, and just look into their face and be absolutely quiet and still. Don't say anything, and just breathe. And there it is. Stillness, emptiness, joy. And the other thing I discovered is I'm no longer afraid of emptiness, which I was before. And I was telling my new buddy, Brahman, that that's very freeing, because what people fear most, aside from public speaking, is death. And the reason that they fear both is because of the emptiness. When you're doing public speaking, there's this emptiness between you and the audience that you feel obliged to fill. And so you fear that emptiness, and you feel like everybody's looking at me, I need to do something, and you get anxious and contract, and it becomes a painful experience. But if you've come to enjoy emptiness, and you see it as your friend, as your ally, as your helper, you no longer fear it. And the other thing is you no longer fear death, because death is just emptiness, and emptiness is your friend. So that gives you permission to enjoy life. So anyway, I'm walking out of here like I got way more than I gave in terms of the fee that I paid. And if Lee wants to use this as a testimonial, he has my permission. Thank you.